It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. There is only one thing left to say. It is the Culinary Hotline Bling.
Ting, ting, ting.
Okay, personally, that wasn't good enough for me, so
Wow.
I'm just going to do it again, Chef Clem. It is the Culinary Hotline Bling.
Ting, ting, ting.
All right, I'll take it. It's
Okay.
a Wednesday morning. It's early enough. Let's get into it. We're talking about delicious, feel-good recipes coming your way. Chef Clem is in the building, whipping up something delicious. A feast for us. 3 meals, in fact, but we've got to get into the first one. Sweet baby Grace ribs. Now, not really Grace's ribs, all right? Let's just be clear. It's not really baby Grace's
No, it's not.
ribs.
And also, I know I named it after her, but she couldn't have it. I don't know if she has it today. She's 3.
She couldn't have it back
She
then.
couldn't have it back then, but she has it today. And these are actually perfect for a little 3-year-old because they're so soft and tender. You don't even really need teeth for this.
Is that baby Grace over there?
It is.
Oh, shout out to her.
She is absolutely adorable. She's growing up so much. Look
So
at that. Look at that. That was like so long ago.
Oh,
Now
baby
she holds me like that,
Grace.
and then dips my. No. But these ribs are absolutely amazing. Okay, so the best part about them is that it's actually not hard. Everything takes its own. It takes time, but that's not you being involved in it. It's the oven that does its thing. Okay.
Right, because
So,
ribs, you know, no one likes a tough rib. You got to bite; it's got to fall off the bone almost.
It's got to almost fall off the bone.
Almost fall off the bone.
Because these are short ribs, I don't mind if they do just fall off the bone.
Absolutely.
So the thing about short ribs is if you can look at now how they've cut it, this is the bone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you can imagine this plus this plus this is all part of one big long bone.
Okay.
If you can get the long bone from your Willie's Butcher, get it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely amazing. However, it's so rich and so like indulgent. You're not going to really want to finish a whole big rib. That's
Okay.
where the smaller chunks come in.
Challenge accepted, but let's go.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. So, what you're going to do first of all is you're going to get some color on the ribs.
Okay.
That's it.
Wait, can I ask you? You said short baby ribs. What?
Short ribs.
Short ribs versus regular ribs. What's the difference? Is it
It's
from a
where
baby?
it comes from.
Oh.
No babies were
No,
harmed.
like a baby animal, not a baby human.
No babies. No babies were harmed. No, animals or nothing. No, it's all about where it comes from. So your spare ribs will be less meaty, and as you go closer up to the top of the loin, that's where you start getting extra bits of meat on it, extra layer of fat and meat. That's what you want. So whenever someone says spare ribs, those are the my least favorite ribs, spare ribs, because they're not as meaty as I like my bones.
Okay.
Short ribs, lots of meat. So, but it's also not as expensive as you think because it needs so much time to cook.
Ah.
Yeah. So it's a win-win-win-win-win.
I
Okay.
see.
So salt went on, and salt draws out a little bit of that moisture. You see the salt glistening. You want that. A little bit of oil also helps. You want to get as much brown on your meat now as possible.
Okay.
That's going to give you extra beefy flavor. We like the beefy flavor. So super
Do
chilled.
you have to have a griddle pan, or even in a regular pan you can get this?
Regular pan, perfectly fine, absolutely. I mean, in fact, if you want to get maximum flavor, if you had the braai going for some other dish, char the meat over the braai, but that seems a bit unnecessary to light a fire just to brown your meat,
Right.
but it makes a difference.
I feel like you would do that though.
I did do this.
casually. Yeah.
So, like, for a while, like, when I had this as an offering that I would serve up every weekend, okay, I did do it. Over the braai, get it nice and brown, then the whole process, win. Okay, while that's happening,
Yes.
we're going to braise these ribs.
Put me to work. What am I
Okay,
doing?
onion,
Just like that in?
chuck it in. We're not going to eat it. So we just need, what I also like doing is if I get onions with the skins on, I don't even take the skins off. Just like rough chop,
wow.
chuck it in. Onions going in, Baileys, because Baileys with everything.
All of them?
Everything.
Baileys.
What else we got? A little bit of red wine vinegar.
That's this
We need
one.
a little bit of acidity because you're going to have some sweetness from the marinade. You're going to get that beefiness.
How
a little bit of you know what? I don't even put that
You don't
spoon
even
down.
measure. Oh.
Just don't even look. Don't even look at the thing. Just look at the camera and then squirt the vinegar.
I'm squirting the vinegar. That's a lot of vinegar. Actually, that's not that much.
Vinegar's
Okay,
fine.
there we go.
Vinegar's one of my top ingredients, a way to like instantly get flavor. Vinegars. So vinegars are in there. We got a little bit of Worcester sauce.
Oh, lovely.
Okay. And then we're gonna go a little bit of salt and pepper. If you can put that in for me.
Okay, you said this is the what sauce?
Worcester sauce.
Thank you.
Worcestershire.
Because we always struggle. Is it Worcestershire? Is it Worcester sauce? Is it Worcester sauce?
You know what we're talking about. You know that one. Okay, so the thing about this part is you want these pieces of short rib to be
Lovely.
almost black. You want some serious char.
Char,
That's where you're gonna get that intense beef flavor. So this is play. You don't want that. You want it to be dark, like seriously dark. Okay.
Wait, so how do you know if it's burnt versus charred? You
Ah.
risk it.
Look, It's gonna be slightly blackened on the outside, but you're not looking for it to be completely black. You're looking for a good ratio. I'd say like at least about 40% charred to 60% still meat that you can see. And the char, do not be scared. We didn't put any sugary basting on there, so it's not gonna be bitter.
Yeah.
It's gonna be that beautiful smoky, charry flavor we want. That's then gonna join. That's for later.
Okay.
So, actually, no, we'll put a little bit of that in now. There's a bit of barbecue sauce if you want to make it sweeter, a little bit can go in. So again, South Africa, this is incredibly important. You need these pieces of short rib to be dark, not this, okay? And that's going to lend to the flavor of the sauce that we're going to make as well. So everything gets into the... Also, very important, use your mom's smallest oven dish. Just do, okay. There we go. So all the meat goes in. We're going to top it up with water. And when you add the water, you want the water to just cover all the ingredients.
Wow.
So you're going to get a bigger oven dish. Okay, just because you want to make sure all the meat is slightly submerged.
Okay.
What's going to happen is it's going to slowly cook, but all that liquid that we ended up working with, and this is hot, all that liquid is going to make its own little stock. Okay.
So this is what we eventually will get.
What we eventually will get is going to make its own stock, and all that collagen's going to come out as well. So what Tiffany's done for us already, she's basted these completely in all the sauce. But if you wanted to, actually, let's do that. If you wanted to, even once it's cooled down, like the next day, you could serve it like this with extra sauce on the side if you want. But if you wanted to bring it back to life the next day, microwave is perfectly fine. There's so much fat in these ribs that you can reheat these for days and you'll be okay.
Okay.
However, I do like with that basting sauce that's on there, get a little bit of charry flavor, to put them back on the grill. And now it's going to pick up some even more flavor.
Wow.
I'm going to let this do its thing while we plate up.
But wait, we've left out a step. How long is it going in the oven for?
Oh, here's the thing. With that liquid in there, so imagine this dish has been topped up with liquid.
Yes.
It goes into the oven. 3 hours.
3 hours.
Two is fine.
A
I like
labor of
3.
love.
I like 3. 3 for me is when it really starts like falling apart, and that sauce picks up so much intense meatiness. So 3 is good. Over here we got our plate. So we're gonna do like little Friday situation or weekend situation. So we're gonna do some onion rings, some coleslaw,
Ooh.
a little bit of pickle.
You trust me?
You
Can I just go for it?
I do.
These onion rings are fresh too. They're crunchy. They're delicious.
So
I mean, you can put as many as you want.
You should just put, yeah, absolutely. I don't know what's up with me lately. I've got this thing about camping. I haven't been camping in like 20 years, but I'm fascinated with camping. My YouTube algorithm is just camping.
Glamping or camping?
I'm gonna say glamping.
I think it's glamping.
I'm gonna say glamping. So the thing for me is I've been inspired by these recipes that you can kind of prepare at home and take away with you on a weekend away.
Lovely.
The ribs being boiled, that part you can do at home.
Okay, so how long would you boil it for then?
Same time.
Okay.
Same time. Did it go for like the 2.5 hour, 3 hour mark? And then you take those ribs with you on the weekend away, start your little fire around the morning, always in the bush, and just heat up the short ribs there where you are, which is absolutely amazing.
And the sauce you pack separately?
No, you put in a little baggie as well, so you can baste your ribs with it.
Come on.
It's so cool.
Done.
So the theme for all these recipes today are like easy weekend, last bit of summer.
Yeah.
Maybe we should go camping vibes. I don't know, like that's where I'm at the moment, and this food is really lekker. Also, it's food you eat with your hands.
I love the way it's served up too. A little coleslaw, a little onion ring, a little rib. Put it all together.
Absolutely.
The sauce hitting.
It's so good.
This is a big boy plate.
It's a big boy plate. It is good. And again, these ribs are ribs, even though they're little chunks. Yeah. But it is so decadently rich.
Yo.
I mean, I'm telling you, like, whoa.
Wow.
Okay.
Somebody was definitely wanting that.
That's cameraman Pete. That's cameraman Pete. It is such a rich meat, a rich cut of meat.
That even pour more sauce on the oh my goodness. There are levels to this.
There we go.
Is this a serving for one?
No, it's not. That'll serve quite a few people, but
Tell me, Chef.
You deserve it. You deserve it. Absolutely.
I do.
You're gonna get some extra sauce on there for you.
Wow, this is absolutely delicious. I wonder if this is just like reserved for Sundays or if I could have this on a Wednesday evening.
I say Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and the odd Friday.
Right. Okay. So every single day.
Every day. Okay, no,
baby Grace.
not every day. Maybe these are too indulgent for every day.
Your cholesterol levels might have something to say.
And today, baby Grace sits there and she like enjoys these ribs because again,
wow,
the bone comes right out. They're so soft. You don't need to
ribs
chew.
for breakfast.
Why not? Why not? It's hot. But hey.
Wow, it's literally like pull apart. Oh, it's hot. I'm scared.
Can you do it? It's so rich. it's fall apart. It's rich auntie vibes, but also
Oh my goodness.
rich uncles also there somehow.
Rich
The
nephew,
sauce,
nieces,
everyone's
cousins,
rich.
daughters. 25 million out of 10.
You know, it's good. It's yummy. If you want to serve some garlic bread with that, I mean, I'm most happy just sitting there with a bowl.
I would
of
just have a plate of ribs, honestly.
100%.
I don't need anything on the sides. Thank you, Chef Clem. Tell them where to get this as I enjoy
Get the recipe on expressoshow.com. Get it out. Make it.
my
Start making it
goodness.
now. So by the weekend, you've got 20 kilograms of ribs to serve the people. Don't go anywhere because when we come back, we've got more Culinary Hotline. Bling!
Ting, ting, ting.
Don't go anywhere.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
I'm going to say it. It's been a while. Welcome back officially to the Culinary Hotline. Bling! Ding, ding, ding! That's the bass I was looking for. Dude, I love you, man.
Oh, I love you too.
No, I love you so much. Do you know why?
Why?
Because you do this. You bring us a whole paella, my friend. But before we do, obviously this is our chance to connect with you guys at home. And Marie sent in a little voice note. Let's hear from her first. What has Marie got to say?
Morning.
Morning.
I want to know by Chef Clem what kind of sauce I can use to lay my braai meat in.
All right. Marinade. I mean, well, you gave us a great one with the short rib.
I'm going to tell you, there's this TV thing I do. When the
Okay.
camera light's on, I pretend like I'm interested. I can hear everything, but I heard nothing.
Sauce for meat, man. What can she marinate her meat in? And she sounds like she's tried different options and
Okay.
nothing has worked out. Okay.
The simplest one for me is right in front of you, lemon. Okay?
Oh, wow,
Whether
okay.
it's chicken, beef, or lamb, especially if it's a tougher cut of beef, a little bit of lemon, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of olive oil, salt, and pepper.
Boom.
Put it in the fridge and forget about it. The lemon does break down a little bit of those tougher fibers in there, but it also adds a bit of flavor, a little bit of tanginess on the outside of the meat. When you caramelize it, you're not going to taste lemon. It's just going to taste
Yeah.
absolutely amazing. That's simple. That's
I
easy.
like that.
But don't forget the garlic. Garlic's very important in there. But then you start playing around with things like a barbecue marinade.
Yes.
You start playing around with spices because those also marinate meat. And I love that she's asking this question because anytime you can take a piece of meat and you can give it a little bit of love the day before.
Oh,
It just turns
exponential.
out so different. So play around with the lemon, the garlic, the salt and pepper, olive oil, barbecue marinades, spices.
Does this mean that Coke is basically barbecue marinade, like a cola?
You can.
'Cause often you
You
would
can,
use
yeah.
something like that because it's got the sugariness, it's got the caramel kind of flavor
Yes.
notes. Yeah.
And it adds that sugar that helps it brown when it goes to the pan or when it goes to the braai. So it does really work.
It does
Ginger
actually
beer
work.
works. Lemonade
Ooh,
works.
I like the idea of
Cola
ginger
works.
beer.
It's all
There we go.
works.
So basically, Elmarie, anything you want. You can put
Yes.
your meat in anything you want. No, but do it. Give it the time to
100%.
bathe a little bit. Yeah.
Go to the Expresso website as well and just type in marinade and go and check it out. Taste website as well. We've got
And then prepare yourself for a deep dive. You
Yes.
will not stop marinating meat for the next
Yeah.
like 6 months.
cancel your plans for tomorrow, cancel your plans for Friday. You're marinating meat. Right.
But not right now.
Not
Right
right
now,
now.
we are paella-ring.
Right.
Okay. What is the verb to paella?
First, okay,
We pie.
here's
We
the one
pie.
thing. Here's the one thing that we're gonna say. Because it's a Spanish word, right? When there's a double L, it's pronounced ya.
Yeah.
And people are
paella.
getting into paella. And
Paella,
jalapeno, no, that's a J. That's another example.
Yeah,
A llama. It's not a llama, it's a llama. I don't know.
Llama.
Okay, so that's one thing. First
Yammer
thing,
to all the yammers out there.
Yammer. But it's so easy to make. It really is. It starts off by asking G to smash some garlic for me. And you can smash it. I feel like we're not chopping garlic anymore. It's too labor
it must be
intensive.
smashed garlic,
Just
eh?
smash it. Then what I like to do is I like to add the garlic to the oil while the oil's still cold.
Okay.
Because that way as the oil
Is that
heats
smashed
up,
enough? Do you want me to chop
give it a
again?
little run through. So if you add garlic to a cold pan with cold oil, as the oil heats up, it starts to take on all that garlic flavor.
yeah.
Versus adding garlic to a hot pan, it's going to start browning. So for the sake of
Okay.
just at home, pretend my oil is cold. Okay? It's not going to
Okay.
be. That's perfect.
There we go.
That's perfect. So garlic goes in.
Got
Oh,
you.
actually onion. I didn't know that I got onion yet.
With the salt going in there, what was that about?
Yeah, absolutely. So what happens is salt kind of acts as an abrasive element, help you break down the garlic, but also since start drawing out some moisture, it's fine. Extra seasoning, people
Flavor,
under season their food.
100%.
Flavor.
Yeah. The salt
So,
is the activator, yeah?
very simple. Onion goes in. Slice it if you want to. You don't have to chop it up.
Is
We
this
can-
a paella pan? Sorry to interject
is.
there. Like, where do you get one of these?
So, I don't know if I've mentioned this. I don't know what's up with me and camping. Gee, I don't know. But this is my old pan. You get it at camping stores. Okay, and I've had this pan since like 2010. 10-ish.
Wow,
right?
you looked after her.
The reason, thank you, the reason it works well with a paella pan is because you want a lot of surface area. You don't want a high side because you want to evaporate liquid.
You want that crisp,
Yeah.
that
Might I also
crunch.
say, works really well as a breakfast pan.
Oh, 100%. For
Like-
like 50 eggs, which you need when you're camping.
When
That's
you-
pretty much all you're eating
exactly.
for breakfast.
Yes, so there we go. And I take this pan with on holidays because it's just so convenient. It's so
Yeah,
convenient.
I mean, that can fit on a scottle. That is
Exactly.
a scottle.
If there's no bathtub and you need to, boom, in the pan. Okay, cool. So bay leaves go in next because the rule is whenever onions go into a pan, bay leaves
leaves
follow.
go into the
okay.
pan.
Smoked chili flakes, and we can don't need to worry about that. It's not that hot. Then we're going to go with some Italian dried herbs.
Okay.
Okay. But have whatever you have at home. If you've got like dried parsley, fresh parsley, put it in. Whatever herbs you have, I wouldn't go rosemary and thyme. I feel like they just influence the flavor
Yeah,
too
they're
much.
very strong flavors. Okay, so you want something that's going to merge, not kind of stand out too much. Surge. No, we want merge, not surge.
There we go.
What went in there? Paprika?
Paprika. And for this one, I don't like smoked paprika too much.
Okay.
Again, the flavor is too intense. The normal paprika is perfectly fine. There we go. Then, here we go. Tomato. What you can do is you could add your rice now and give it a little bit of like love in this beautiful oil. I like keeping my rice for the end when I add it.
So this is a particular kind of rice, yes?
Yeah. This is risotto rice. Okay. If we were in Spain now, we'd get bomba rice, but we don't get that really. We do get it here, but it's very expensive to get it here because export, importing it here. So risotto rice works really well.
perfectly fine.
You want a short grain rice, which is, like the name says, it's short, it's not as long as a
For sure, you
There we
can
go.
see that it's slightly
very,
flatter.
very starchy. And normal rice, we rinse the rice first. Not today.
We ain't rinsing.
No, we want all that starch. So once the tomato goes in, we want this liquid. We don't waste.
So basically, you're like breaking all the rules that you would normally adhere to when making rice, which is maybe why people are a little shy or resistant to make a paella, because it feels like you're going to ruin it.
White
Like,
people.
Hey, white
Rice
people.
White people.
White
White
rice.
people should make paella too. Paella's for everyone. Brown
But
people, black people, white
yeah,
people.
what kind of rice do they use then?
Right. It's not a train smash if you can't find risotto rice. Play around with the normal long grain rice. Not basmati, not jasmine, use the normal rice. You're going to get a result. It's not going to be 100% as dense, but it's still going to be really good.
It's going to be lacquer.
Right, so we're going to go with stock, and this is chicken stock. Use vegetable, use whatever you've got.
Okay.
Okay. I do like using the stock because remember the rice is going to absorb all the flavor. So any
You get a
chance
seafood stock.
you
Is that a
can,
thing?
you can absolutely. Yes, it is. Willie sells seafood stock in the concentrated sachets in the box. So if you want to do seafood, and I do like seafood stock. But this one, I want to keep the flavor so again neutral.
Yeah.
Neutral. So chicken stock.
I like that. Let the mussels shine.
Absolutely. So now, liquid's in, and again, here's where that surface area comes into play. Okay, we want that. I like doing, my ratio is 1 hand per person
Okay.
for rice. So, how
I'm
many
like looking at the size of your hands now. You got a
know,
solid hand.
So
Yeah,
here's where you don't want a tiny little chef. But yeah, so rice goes in. Let's just say we're gonna make this for 6 people. So we do 6 handfuls of rice.
It is much cooler that way when you do it this way.
I lost
It
track
does.
now
Yeah,
because
it's
geez,
very cool.
how many hands is it? There we go. There we go. 4. 4. There we go. 5.
No one's going to complain if we make a little extra, dude.
Nah,
I
they're
have
not
a
gonna
feeling
complain.
it's going to be all right.
And it is pretty amazing. Like we talk about the size pan. So this is quite a big pan. But in Spain, I saw like a sitting.
Oh,
like,
in the streets you
and
see, yeah.
This will feed like 4, but it'll feed 4. Of course, number 4. Before this, they've had like a whole smorgasbord of like other foods.
Yeah, it's flowed.
And it's social. It is social. That's the thing about paella. Like the pan comes to the middle, everybody sits there. dishes
I
into
like
there.
that. I mean, I'm joking about the scuttle, but I'm thinking you could probably do this quite successfully on a scuttle, just straight.
100%. And you should totally try it. Again, back to camping vibes. It's so nice. Like everybody's just chilling around. This
And
is
then
going.
you just dip in. I
It's
love
low
that.
maintenance. You don't need to be like fiddling. In fact, the rule is don't fiddle. So once this rice goes in, once it starts swelling, that's when you add your mussels. And we're adding mussels purely because I felt like mussels.
Because we can.
But-
So, other proteins.
Chicken. Like, if you don't have to make it a seafood one, go chicken. Seafood mix, the frozen seafood mix, absolutely, it's a vibe. Do it.
Why does most paellas that I've encountered seafood connection there, why does it lend itself towards the seafood? Is there a reason for that, or is it just the way it's all organically worked out?
So first of all, it's where the region is. Are they close to the ocean? If so, yes, they're probably going to have seafood in there.
There we go.
And also, it's all out of necessity. So seafood back in the day was not as expensive as it is today.
It was the most accessible, I suppose. You had
Yes.
fishermen coming in every
Plus,
day.
the cuts that went in here weren't always your prime cuts. It would be fish heads sometimes, which is phenomenal for adding flavor. If you go further inland or you're not surrounded by ocean, things like rabbit find their way into paella, which is absolutely delicious as well. So it's all where you are in the region specific.
So it's quite a thrifty meal, actually. It's
It
a way
really
of
is.
combining flavors, those leftover kind of little elements that you have in your kitchen. I like that.
It really is. Talk to me.
How do you know?
How do you know?
when
So,
you know?
You're going to use all your senses, and in 2025, we're going to talk about using all our senses for cooking.
I
So
like that.
We're looking at the rice. The rice is it's milky in appearance. It's opaque. Once the rice starts to cook, the outside's going to start becoming translucent.
Okay.
When it gets to the point where every little grain of rice has nothing more than a little dot of opaqueness in the center, that's when the mussels go in.
Okay.
And they
So
don't.
you've literally got to look at every grain of rice.
Oh,
Okay,
no, not everyone, because I mean, we're going to let's go sort of a year. So you're going to keep your eye on the rice.
Okay,
and what's
so
going to
that's
happen
your
also is,
baseline.
if the water starts to evaporate too quickly, just add a little bit more water, not stock, just water, okay? Keep an eye on it. There's still going to be some water in there when you add the mussels. You don't
Okay.
need to put like a little lid on the pan. There's enough steam and heat in the pan to cook those mussels, and generally any other type of seafood as well. So you're safe, you're good.
I like it. So it's slow, ming it all together. Last minute, add your seafood. Boom.
Everyone's happy. Everyone's
Living your
smiling.
best life.
Living your best life.
Your paella. I love this.
Thank you for all your hard work. We just grabbed the garlic
Yeah,
and forgot about. There we go. It's going in.
Thanks for all the fish. I love the fact that this is kind of a way of using things that you might often overlook in the kitchen, using leftover things and elevating it. Just make sure you follow the simple steps. And if you want this recipe, expressoshow.com is where you can find it and you can start creating your own paella.
Paella.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we are back in the kitchen because let me tell you, it's the final installment of the Culinary Hotline Bling.
Ding, ding, ding!
Yes, we even got some bowl tapping. I love it. Now, so far, Chef Clem made 2 delicious dishes, sweet and sticky short ribs. Thank you, Grace, for blessing us with that one, followed by a mussel paella. Now, it's time to end on a sweet note because Chef Clem is about to show us how to make crispy, golden apple fritters. And he said they're not any fritters, they're his fritters, served with a thick and luscious vanilla cream. It sounds incredible. Where do we begin?
We begin with the apple. It's harvest time. It's
I like
February,
this.
March. So apples are like basically just falling off the trees right now. So if we just stand there right now, one will just boop,
Collect them.
in your hand. Super simple. This recipe doesn't take a lot
Okay.
because again, it's with weekend vibes. We could be camping. So this is a great. And Raul de Mornay is amazing because when he goes camping or he goes hiking, he takes a little stove with him and he makes pancakes.
Yes, I've seen this.
This is pretty similar because the pancake batter is what you're going to make and dip your potato,
Oh,
your apple
why not?
in, and then you're going to fry that.
I do believe that potatoes and apples are the same, one sweet, one savory.
Right? Even
Different
the naming.
font, same word.
Even the naming.
Come on.
Aardappel.
Aardappel and an
Earth
apple.
I just realized I'm
We
done.
just figured something
I'm done.
out.
I'm out. Okay, good. We got to work.
Okay, yeah,
So
let's work.
you've got in front of you self-raising flour. You've got some salt, very important.
Okay.
Cinnamon, sugar.
Can I just check in?
Gooi.
Let's go.
All of it. All of it.
Cinnamon.
Sugar and an egg and buttermilk. And once that goes in, you can give it a whisk. I have got on my side
Pause quick. Buttermilk as opposed to regular milk.
buttermilk as opposed to regular milk because we've got self-raising flour in there. We want the acid from the buttermilk to react with the self-raising flour. That's going to give us that texture that we want. If young Carissa at home doesn't have milk,
Okay.
what she can do is, buttermilk, she can grab some normal milk, gewone milk, straight from the udder, and then you add some lemon juice.
Because I do have a cow. I might not have buttermilk, but
Why
I've
you ain't got
cow.
no cow at home?
Hello?
Everybody got a cow at home.
Please.
There we go. Milk your cow and add lemon juice to it.
Oh.
That's going to start splitting the milk, and that's what you want. That's when you get buttermilk.
Okay.
How's that looking?
It's looking like a buttermilk infused
You know what you can
something.
add? You can add a of water.
I'll add an hour of water.
There we go. And while you're doing that, this thing.
This water?
You know what? Yeah, this can you just use a little bit of that water.
Is that your
There we go.
drinking water?
Not anymore. Not anymore. There we go. These things are dangerous, okay? I wasn't allowed to use
I don't
this
have one of those in my kitchen.
It's an apple corer. But literally, when I was younger, this is the one thing the only piece of equipment I had to stay away from in the kitchen was this.
Why? What
Because
were you doing
you
with
use a
the
lot
apple core?
you use a lot of force when you actually use it. Let me show you how to do it. So I found that through my years of experience with this, when your apple's upside down, it works better. So that's the top of the apples. We're gonna put it down. We're gonna work from the bottom. You're gonna line it up because you're gonna take out the core.
Okay.
Okay. And I just feel like this is just dangerous. Okay. Because now you got to use all your body weight to.
To do what?
We are professional. We do this for a living.
Now
Okay.
show us how it's done.
Literally, the fact that you're doing this and your other hands over here, it's just dangerous. Okay. Once it goes through, then you gotta still twist it, then you gotta pull it out, and then you gotta take this out. That's even more dangerous.
It's a hazard.
It's a hazard. So okay, so what I do is my other option is to actually do this.
Wait, I like dangerous things. Let me try.
It's Carissa.
What?
Watch your fingers and those nails.
Look, easy. Okay,
She
show us
makes
the alternative
makes it look
before
easy. Okay, so the alternative
kill
is
myself.
cut the slices,
Yeah.
okay? And then depending on what thickness you want. So say you want that size, I wouldn't even, bad example.
Oh.
Bad example. Because
try
that's,
again, we try
that's
again.
perfect, because that's perfect. So there we go. So now you've got your little slice, okay?
Mm-hmm.
What I do is I use a bottle cap, any bottle cap, and you just pop out the center. A lot safer, a lot
Is
safer.
it safer? Let me show you how. Okay. Upside down with the apple. We put her on. And then we put it in. Wait. First, you gotta be gentle. And then you. And then you gotta.
Anytime you're using all your body weight in the kitchen on one little tiny thing, I think it's a bad idea. It's a bad idea.
Do you know what? I did it and skillfully, kind of. It's a bit skew.
Right. No, it's okay.
Did
it's
I get
fine.
this? I don't think I got the seed.
Whatever's seedy bits in there, fiber. So what I'm going to ask you now, Carissa, can you slice some rings for us?
I will. Out of this one?
Anyone.
Oh, okay.
Anyone that we've got the core out, and now we're going to dunk. So let's
Thickness-wise.
Yeah, so what you're looking for is, you can go kind of thickish, not too thin.
Thickish,
You want to have it the right, this is where my wife also says, you can't just say the right size, okay?
Yeah.
Too thin, you're gonna end up with beautiful batter, but there's gonna be like almost nothing on the inside. That's perfect. That gives you a little bit of crunch, still a little bit cooked on the outside, perfect batter, that's happiness. So can I
Perfect.
borrow this?
You can use that one.
Just for borrows?
Yeah,
And then,
but as long as I can taste it.
if you want the flour to really stick to it, you can dip these slices in. If you want the batter to really stick to your slices, dip this in a little bit of flour first, so it's a bit of dry. But I'm just gonna go with the hands. And we've washed our hands.
Yes, you have.
Okay, and oil
A little bit of seeds in there.
that's for Graham. He's fine. There we go. The oil's perfect temperature. You want it to just sizzle. You don't want it to be too hectic. And the cinnamon is a must. The cinnamon what kind of gives it that nostalgic, like almost apple pie flavor.
Yes.
And then your one hand does all the work. And it's weird. Your one hand will do the work, but what's this hand doing?
What is
This hand doing? It's balancing my body while I do this. Okay, so super simple.
claw.
The claw. Again, imagine you're busy camping and you're just like inside the fire, a little cast iron pot, a little bit of oil. Everybody's lining up there for their apple fritters.
Okay, let me put the last one in.
Do it.
Okay.
Okay.
So the stance is the claw,
Yeah.
and then you gotta turn that over.
You got your claw.
I got my.
you
the
got
claw's
your
gotta
claw.
be there.
Okay.
put it in.
Boom. And there we go. Super simple. The batter starts cooking. The apple does its thing. Again, I do like the tip of adding the slices to a bit of flour first. It really
So it
helps the batter
sticks
stick to it.
properly.
But
Okay.
let me just grab this. Way you go. We can swap sides again.
Sure.
And then let's check on our fritters.
Yeah, because how long are we? Oh, that was pretty quick.
It's so quick. Remember, you're not really trying to cook the inside of the apple to make like an apple jam or like, you know?
Yeah.
You want a little bit of crunch on it still. You still want to have that texture. And that's how you do it.
This is the quickest dessert I've ever seen.
And then you can go crazy with it. So like ice cream, or you can do creme fraiche. You want to be fancy. Creme fraiche with vanilla and a little bit of icing sugar. But we've got double cream. So I'm going to ask you if you can do that for me. Double cream's excellent because it doesn't need like whisking. It
Okay.
needs like gentle stirring just to kind of make it all happen. And then,
The whole thing, hey?
you
I
know
did
what?
the wrong
That's so
thing.
beautiful. That's so beautiful. I'm not even going to like whip it.
What did I do?
No, it's
Oh.
perfect. I don't think you should do anything. I think it's
Okay.
done. I think that cream is so perfect as is. That's it. So if I can grab your plate there with got the paper towel on it.
Okay.
And now we're going to take our fritters out. Just get them on a piece of paper towel just to kind of like get some of that excess oil off. And then Chris, you can plate up for us because you've been like killing it with the plate.
I
eh?
have. Okay, here's the plate.
And we've got sugar there. So what we can do is before we pop it on the plate, we can dust these in a little bit of sugar.
Oh, cinnamon sugar would have been so
I know.
epic. Can we get some cinnamon?
Tiffany! Tiffany's going to get us some cinnamon sugar, some cinnamon.
Thank you, Tafatsa.
In the meantime, Okay, what do we need? What do we need?
So there was cream, and then there was sugar,
Right.
and there was this vanilla essence.
I'm
I
gonna
assume.
put your sugar in this bowl so long because the cinnamon's coming now.
Right.
In the meantime, I'm gonna give it a little dust. We'll still do more cinnamon.
Uh-huh.
You got your cream, and I think a spoonful of that beautiful thick cream would just be amazing.
I got an idea.
Don't tell me, I wanna see it.
Okay.
I wanna see it.
Can I tell you that I think I'm a secret chef? Oh, wait, this is thicker than I thought.
She's thick, but you want it to be thick.
She's
Thank you,
real-
Tiff. Tiff, come
she's
sell it to the people.
real thick.
Tiffany, amazing. Also, in my absence, I've been away since October. Tiffany's been holding the
We
kitchen
love you.
down.
She's
Been working. I think we can just give Tiffany a hand, everyone. Thank you, Tiffany. Okay, and she's...
Tiffany taught me this. Look, it's
What?
the chefs did that.
Yeah. How much you charge for that in Cape Town?
You know what? 3,000 Rand later. Kidding.
Kidding, not kidding. Okay, cinnamon. Here we go.
Oh,
Cinnamon challenge. That's fine. You know what? It's not too much cinnamon. It's gonna
Never
be
too
just
much
perfect.
cinnamon.
And you can use your hands, eh?
wow.
Stack them,
This is
stack them.
beautiful.
Put them
Okay.
up.
Put them up. Ooh, they feel nice and crunchy.
And you want
I
it. You
didn't
want a
think
little
about
bit of
this.
texture on the inside. Like, I've missed Culinary Hotline, eh? Just miss
We've
being in
missed
this kitchen.
you.
Thank you. And also to South Africa. Can we just do the list of thank yous?
Yes, you can.
The thousands, and I mean thousands, of messages that came from all of our viewers. Thank you so much, honestly. Whew, it felt amazing coming back into the kitchen, especially, and the biggest part was all the support I got from the viewers.
Beautiful.
Like, I would get weekly messages.
Yeah?
Are you all right?
Are you
you
good?
doing better?
Are you good?
okay? So thank you so much to all of our viewers, to my family, to my friends, to my wife. Oh, the saint.
your wife.
The saint. Saint Megan. I don't know how you do it, but honestly, thank you to everyone for all the messages, the support.
Yeah.
It's only because of that and like prayers that I'm actually to be
Amen.
coming back here. I mean, man died.
Yeah.
Died.
Got a second lease on life.
Second lease on life. We're doing this part 2.
And you know what? We're celebrating
We're
with
celebrating.
some fritters.
Yes. Okay. So thank you. Thanks are all done. Food time. Okay.
Okay.
Paella's done. We got these beautiful ribs. Let me just get all the dangerous stuff out the way.
Out the way. And where's the apple core? Out the way.
Whoa, the apple core. Okay, so
And then you put it all together.
I thought about everyone because my friend Graham and my friend Casey,
Okay.
they are severely allergic to shellfish.
Oh, no.
I know these. I actually do my research before the guests come on. So
Didn't Graham cook that with you?
he did, but did you see he was standing 2 meters away?
They tried to... Yo, you could have put me on the recipe.
You know. So we've got beautiful ribs. We've got the apple fritters.
Yeah.
We've got the paella.
Wow.
It's weekend vibes that you can pull off during the week. It's literally a reason to go camping just to make these dishes.
Beautiful.
It's the last few days of summer, and we need to be enjoying
We
it.
need to literally drink the last bits of the warmth that we can. I will tell you though, speaking about warmth, the warmth embrace of our Expresso fam have sent through some voice notes. So let's have a listen to what you had to say.
Good morning, Chef, and good morning to the rest of y'all. What a privilege to have gotten through to this line and to ask a question. Please, can you tell me when I make mac and cheese, my macaroni is not like stable in the pan when dishing up, it just falls apart. What can I do just to keep it together so that it can come out nicely from the pan when dishing up? Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Okay.
I like that question.
Yes.
So, you know, we always talk about letting your meat rest before you slice it.
Right, yeah.
I find that rule is even more important to dishes like lasagna and mac and cheese, even a pasta dish. So when I make a pasta dish at home, when
Yes.
it's done, when the pasta sauce is in, everything's on there,
Love her, leave her alone.
I put the lid on and I walk away. And I would leave it for it's not going to get cold, and you can
Okay.
always reheat it, but I leave it for about 15 to 20 minutes. Magic happens in the pan when that pasta absorbs that last bit of water, but also makes it starchy, and the thickness just comes together beautifully.
Right.
Then think mac and cheese, okay? When everything's baked off together, as soon as you let it sit, and let it sit for a while, mac and cheese stays hot for
So
like...
even longer than 15
Yeah,
minutes.
absolutely. I mean, let it stay for like half an hour, even longer.
Wow.
What happens is it kind of, with the lack of a better word, solidifies, and it finds itself within the dish. So when you slice, you'll actually be able to slice through.
Quarters,
Yeah,
pieces.
same thing with lasagna. If you slice into lasagna, as soon as it comes out of the oven, it's just gonna go.
Yeah.
If you let it sit for 45 minutes and you slice it, you can have that perfect slice of lasagna. It's all about the time and letting that macaroni and that pasta sit in that sauce, in that stock,
so
in that
hard
cheese sauce.
to do.
It's the most difficult thing to do, but you'll be rewarded if
Right.
you do wait. Think about mac and cheese the next day is
The
always
best.
so like dense.
I used to make big batches, cut it up, put it in quarters in the freezer.
Oh,
and
yes?
then defrost it and eat them.
Put it in the air fryer.
In the air fry-
Frozen.
Oh!
Frozen in the
I've
air
never done
fryer.
that one.
It goes crispy on the outside. It just ooey gooey on the inside.
Okay, foodies are uniting. Let's listen to another voice note from Bielwa. What's up?
Morning, Expresso team.
Morning.
My name is Vuyelwa from Katlehong.
Vuyelwa.
Okay. I want to ask a chef how to make a puff pastry, to make pies, to have layers, because I do make pies for my kids and they love pies, but I want my pies to have layers. Because when I make them, it's a normal pie. It's like I'm making a fat cake. But I want to make my pies to have layers. So how do you make a puff pastry to have layers? Thank you. Bye.
Vuyelwa wants layers.
And it's
All
an
right.
issue that so many South Africans have. The first thing is the preparation of your puff pastry. When you take it out of the freezer, you put it on the counter and you let it thaw out naturally. Do not put it in the microwave. Do not. I've seen the weirdest things. People putting the whole plastic bag in warm water. Don't do it.
Okay.
People taking a hot cloth that they've wrung out, putting it over the bag of plastic. Don't do it. The trick to getting the puff and the layers is the butter that's in between all the layers of pastry. If you start melting that butter too soon, it's become liquid, and you're not going to get that rise, that puff that you want. Keep it as cold as possible, and work with the dough as cold as possible. Do not, when you roll it out, again, keep in mind there's layers of pastry and butter. The thinner you roll it, the less height you're going to get. So don't really roll it out that much. Let it thaw out naturally. Work with it as cold as possible. Then, before you put your pie in the oven, let it have half an hour in the freezer or fridge to get cold. That reaction between the cold dough and the hot
Into the
oven,
heat.
poof. There we go.
And that's why we bring you back on the
There we go.
Culinary Hotline Bling.
There we go. There we
My
go.
goodness. 3 dishes for you, all available at expressoshow.com. These are Clem's favorite dishes, handpicked just for you. A paella, a paella, some short ribs, and delicious fritters. Oh, it doesn't get better than this. Thank you, Clem.
Anytime.